So I have a two-part sorry for you. One is my voice is going to sound a little different and I'm really run down because I've been really sick. So it's in my chest and in my head. I got sinus problems. So bear that the next couple of videos probably. But I want to bring you some content. So my second apology is for the RAM. And I want to, if you notice the last two videos that I put out, it was based off of the RAM and having errors, and then I showed you some IQ software stuff and I ran into some more problems. So I want to give you an update on that, so don't go anywhere. What ended up happening in the long run is I RMA'd the RAM on this, and it seems to be working pretty well. So in the last couple of videos, you saw I had code 53. Then I went on to a next video showing you and demonstrating some of the stuff within IQ software. And that led to another code 53. If any time I rebooted the PC, it had code 53, and it was very annoying. That was after I thought it was fixed. It worked for a day or something like that, and then I started playing with the computer again, and it started having the same errors. So I ended up RMAing the RAM. Now it's working pretty good with one exception, and that exception is when I reboot the PC, I don't get the code 53 anymore. And which before, I always got the code 53 if I rebooted the computer. Now what happens is I reboot it and the RAM doesn't all change to green like it's supposed to. During the reboot, the software stops and the hardware takes over. So the hardware colors are just basically like a random rainbow color. It just goes through some colors, right? But when the software kicks in, the colors are supposed to change over to green on the RAM, and they don't all change. I think some of it changed, or one RAM does and the other one RAM doesn't. So I don't know if it could be a memory channel problem on the motherboard, or it could be an IQ software that they're just not fully aware of yet, or they're working on. I'm not too sure on that. So there may be a future update on that if you are having or experiencing the same problem. But what I did is I installed this G-Skill RAM, worked perfectly fine. Of course, this is not Corsair, so it doesn't work with IQ software, but I installed this, RMA'd the RAM. I did what's called the advanced RMA, which basically you pay for in advance, then it ships to you, then you package up your bad modules and you send them out. Now, if you have a RAM kit or one RAM that's not working, you have to send the entire kit, whether that's one RAM module, 2 or 4 or whatever your kit was, you have to send them all. So this is the new RAM, and I wanted to demonstrate just that it doesn't work properly. Now what I have to do is when I reboot it, I have to go back into IQ software, change it to a different color, and then change it back to green. And that's the only way I can get it to work. IQ software is completely up to date. It's the latest version. The firmware is the latest version. So there's nothing more that I can really do other than playing around with a memory channel issue or swapping a motherboard, which I'm not going to do. This is what you have. This is what happens when you play with RGB, and especially a lot of it in the high-end stuff. You get what you get. So I just want to demonstrate for you, if I do a reboot on my computer, this is just a restart. So you can see it changed automatically. It went to hardware. So we have white and we have like a rainbow color going on in the RAM. So I just want you to wait. I'm not even gonna fast forward this or edit this out. I just want you to see exactly how and what happens when this gets rebooted. Just waiting. Now it's going into its reboot phase right now. And of course, like I said, no more code 53. We're already past that point where it would have errored out for code 53. There was all right, it's getting into Windows right now. It's just starting to load. Oh, left my phone on. Need to silence that. All right. There we go. If you just heard that, the little chime of Windows 11. Okay, so the motherboard and the IQ software may start at the same time, but we should see the motherboard and the power supply, go over to just that blue. Just give it a few more seconds here, and we should be golden. At least demonstrating. But we're mainly focused on the RAM. So I think I turned on the auto startup for iCUE software. If I didn't, I apologize, and I'll have to. But I thought I turned it back on. Okay, so motherboard is now in sync. Oh, come on, really? The one time I went to go show it and it worked perfectly fine. That's how it should work. I don't know. Anyway, I think it's an iCUE issue. It's not a big deal. But if I have to go in there and change it every time I reboot it, so be it. But it is annoying because all the different ones don't like to play together. So unfortunately, gonna have to end this video on that note. So anyway, feel free to leave comments down below if you wish. Give this thing a thumbs up, and until next time, take care.